Yes, keeping
Quick
the
and to the
intro
point.
short and sweet. Yes.
I was gonna say so. Oh, that first thing when you said about customer service, it actually makes me think about something that happened over Christmas break. I had finished working out, and I went over to the McDonald's. It's right across from the gym in the co-op, and to get my wife peppermint mocha and Kona hot chocolate. 2 machines, right? They're machines. I can see the machine from where I'm sitting, and they actually said to me, "Oh, can you please pull up front? Our machine's going slow." And I'm trying not to motherfuck this person because this isn't her, but like, it's 2 machine-made beverages. Like it's not like, hey, we're just making a fresh pot. Sorry, sir. Like we didn't realize we're out. And be, oh, sweet, I'm getting a fresh coffee. Excellent. I'll go pull out front because there's people behind me. Not a problem. But it's a machine. I sat out in front of McDonald's for the duration of Clocks by Coldplay and Holy Diver by Killswitch Engaged before my beverages were brought to me. And it took me every fiber in my body not to cut a promo on this person. Now, I think what saved them, Happy New Year, Fraz. What saved them was that it was a young lady. And she did not deserve me to motherfuck her.
No.
Now, if it had been the manager, because you can always tell because they were like the fancy shirts with the tie, he probably would have got motherfucked. Because by the time I got these set beverages to my son and my wife, because he was at work and Kim was at home, they were cold.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, maybe I should have went in, but it's just, I don't want to be that guy, When really I thought I kind of had the right, maybe not to go in and, of course, motherfuck them, but to be like, yo, I just paid $5 for this mocha and it's cold as tits. You want to fucking fix this? Right? But, I can, every time I can just envision like a Karen scene and, right? And,
I want to speak to your manager.
Yeah.
This is the start of it, folks. This is a slippery slope right here. In 10 years, Nick is going to do exactly what he was biting his tongue about because he's going to be 50 years old. He won't give a fuck. And he's going to be on his last legs at that point. He'll probably be in the wheelchair. He'll have lost a leg to diabetes and stuff.
Well, at least I know I'm not going to lose the left leg because it's all metal. So, right? Silver lining.
No, you could still lose it. People will be so poor at that point. Like people have been stealing copper from places that I didn't think they'd be able to get it. They're going to take everything metal from people who are amputees as well. Hello, Ryan and Fraser. Fraser, I haven't seen you here in a long time, if ever. How you doing?
Wait, so people are going to cut my leg out from me?
If they know that it's made of metal and they think they can get money for that metal, yes. That's the way society is going. You heard it here first.
Well, I guess if I want some extra money, I can just cut my leg off.
Yes.
I could do that.
That'll give more truth to the arm and a leg statement.
You already got it going. I was like,
from the beginning.
I better put that little banner up. So
starting the new year off right.
We'll just put the banner up right away. That way we can be like, yo, nay. So yeah, stuff. I am just changing the things on our stream because this is definitely not a kid-friendly show. Not at all. So how are things in the southern BC area? Cold, and you're stuck in your apartment, left to masturbate by candlelight?
No, I do the masturbating by candlelight because I'm cheap, not because I'm stuck here. I can go out. True. I can drive out there.
Yeah, I guess, right? Are you sure you can? The COVID monster's not going to get you. Boogity. Boom! That's one of my favorite, because I take it all the time, the Treehouse of Horrors when Willie was Freddy Krueger.
Never saw it.
Oh, dude, he comes out at the end, like, they're like, oh, thank, it was just a dream, Freddy, or like, Willie's not here. And all of a sudden he comes off the bus. He's like, boo, boo, boo. It's like, oh no, my gun is on the bus. And he fucking, because the bus takes off. He's like, boo. It's like Homer when he goes crazy in The Shining.
Oh yeah.
So,
Don't mind if I do.
yeah. Yeah. What is it?
Happy New Year, Casey. Yes. In the months before the new year, you had made the jokes about Betty White dying. I didn't see the streams recently, so I imagine they just shit all over you for that. Oh, Casey, it's your fault. I hate that. Don't say this and don't say that because it might affect something else that it couldn't possibly in reality. These silly superstitions that people have. But yes, Casey, I think you are the alleged murderer because if Betty White saw your face, she would die. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
Good to see you, Casey.
Yes. So speaking of masturbating by candlelight, well, no, he definitely would not be. I couldn't imagine Casey using an open flame for anything without burning himself.
No, because Casey loves video games so much, he would leave the screen on, and that would be his.
That would be his light.
Yeah.
You heard of Paradise by the dashboard light? This is Paradise by the Sega Genesis light.
One of Casey's videos that he did not too long ago, he was reviewing Neo Geo games. You remember Neo Geo?
I see that. Unlicensed. I don't remember Neo Geo. Neo Geo. I don't remember Neo Geo.
You're on trial. Wow.
Neo Geo. No, I don't remember Neo Geo. I remember like TurboGrafx.
Yeah, me too.
But maybe if I saw the system, I remember. Let me look it up. Why use it on trial? Because of the Betty White thing?
Yeah.
Huh.
And some of the things that Drew and J-Man go into, not everything, but a lot of things are a conspiracy to them. Well, this doesn't sound right. Well, there's something more to that. They're probably using that logic on Casey in this trial.
Hey, and I'll tell you right now, if B Butt Blaster Brody's not one of the jurors, it doesn't mean nothing. See, I think that Brody definitely needs to be a juror on that trial. Without a doubt.
We need more than just white Americans on that jury. We need a white Canadian as well.
A white Canadian with a fucking deadly mustache. That bad boy.
Is he growing it out like handlebars?
I always see the last picture of him. So, because like internet's fucking free use, right? So, like Facebook would be free use. I can show a picture of Butt Blaster B with his family.
Do a close.
I gotta find it because it's gnarly stash, dude. If Brody was actually doing his job and watching the show and being a team player, he would just fucking post a picture of his face. But
that's a good idea, Casey. Reviewing more rare systems, you'll get you've already got an audience for video games, but this might bring in even more of a niche audience. I bet there are people in other countries like South America or even Russia. I know South America is not a country. I'm just saying that collection of countries in South Africa that you might get a few more viewers on, which would be cool. Expand your world view.
Picture. It's got all his kids and stuff in it too. So
you'd have to zoom in.
It's a gnarly fucking Farva mustache.
If you opened up Microsoft Paint, could you draw it?
Could I draw it?
Yeah, could you draw it?
Well, picture like a Farva stash, but is bald.
Okay.
Yeah, Brody's bald. So that's
bald, he is.
Butt Blaster B. Anyways. Okay, which way do you want to go, Joe?
Happy New Year, Jamie. Good to see you. Hope all went well in the cold east, or central of Canada.
I had a fabulous New Year's. What did you do for New Year's?
Went over to my girlfriend's place, hung out with her mom and her brother and her, and we watched Red Notice.
What did you think of it? I mean, it was a typical, like remind me of like the 90s superhero shit, like, or action movie. So I gotta say, so this is gonna be a big spoiler alert for anyone for Red Notice. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, can you imagine the babies her and The Rock would make together? They'd be the most beautiful human beings in the world.
Probably.
Could you imagine? Fuck, I thought Selma
Svelte,
Hayek
but
and
thick.
Selma Hayek and Antonio Banderas would have made beautiful babies. But a Samoan and her? Tell you what.
Yeah, that wind chill is what messes it up.
Mm-hmm. You know, never mind.
What did I think of Red Notice, you asked? Good question. Thank you for asking.
I did ask, didn't you?
Because we have Frank, the harsh truth, in the description below. To steal words from him, it's a turn your brain off, stuff your face full of popcorn kind of movie. It was all right.
That's what I said. It's just your typical, leave your brain at the door fucking action movie. Really, like, I don't get it twisted. I don't think The Rock or Dwayne Johnson and Ryan Reynolds were thinking this was going to be fucking like Schindler's List, right? So
yeah,
I looked at a Neo Geo system. I don't remember this. I don't remember. I think I remember hearing about the Neo Geo system. I don't remember seeing a Neo Geo system, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it, but I don't like a commercial for it, I believe. But I would really like. I mean, I say this now, and maybe in the future I'll get one. But Costco had them. Oh gosh, years ago. But it was a stand-up arcade with like 3,000 games in it.
Whoa!
I think that would be excellent to have in like a man room or something.
Yeah.
So, I think it'd be like, because that like the Street Fighters and Mortal Kombat and all those kind of games, those old arcade games that we all, from the guys from the 90s and early 2000s would love and remember. So,
yeah, you can toss that on a 4-wheel dolly. Yeah, that was here.
Okay.
And just wheel it in. They're probably not built that heavy anymore. I'm interested in seeing the new Ghostbusters movie as well, but I'm not going to rush out to see it. I'll see it eventually.
I see that, Casey. Actually, now you say that, Case, I'm seeing that it does have a stand-up system, which I think I actually remember seeing the Neo Geo. I think Video Encounter had one.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure. Speaking of the Ghostbusters, Casey, a lot of that was actually recorded shot about an hour and 10 minutes away from me in a little town called Fort McLeod.
Wow.
Yeah, all the guys were there, and I guess the Echo One was running around in the streets and stuff. But a lot of the little town stuff was done in. We do not endorse illegal streaming of videos.
No, I don't think he's saying that. I think that YouTube probably has licensing, just like Netflix does, to stream it, and you can buy it. Yeah. I would think that's the thing.
I need to look at this system now, because I'm pretty sure this is the one. Oh, I can't. Oh, yeah. It was close. Bust a Move. Yeah, that's close to the system. Yeah, I'd really like to find a stand-up. I think it'd be an awesome thing to have in a man cave.
Yeah.
So,
Casey, since you're being the heel to really piss off the audience, because that did the trick last time, you should somehow work in the flat Earth angle with being the murderer of Betty White. Try and combine the two and just get people ripping their hair out on you. That would be awesome if you could somehow do that.
And that she caught all the COVIDs.
Yeah, that there was rumor going around. Yeah.
And she was double vaxxed with 2 boosters.
Yes. No, triple. It's got to be triple now.
Triple now? Okay, she had triple.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And she had actually absorbed the life force of B. Arthur.
Yeah, the 3 Golden Girls that died before her, they all died in a year succession. So 2009, 10, and 11. Then Betty White in 2021.
COVID. I'm just going to go with COVID.
Yeah. Now remember, everyone who's watching and who's going to clip that, bro science. We're not saying that's the truth. We're being sarcastic. Of course, the YouTube bots don't recognize sarcasm.
So, is that facetious?
Yes.
Look who uses fucking school word. And it wasn't the smart guy on the show. It's the hillbilly.
You probably pulled up the word somehow.
I didn't. I'm actually, I'll prove. Look it. I'm going to take this now. I will share my screen to show that one screen is, of course, the one with the video on it. And this is what my other screen is. It is the Neo Geo system. It's still up there. So,
Well, I still say that you are. I
Wow, that was
shortened
rude.
it.
You
Yep.
did shorten it. Jesus. So, well, now that we're actually doing the COVID talk here, I want to put this up here because I remember, and in all honesty, Joe Rogan's taken a lot of shit. Some of it just, some of it is okay, guys. But now I think this matters now because CNN has reported it. So basically, if you can't read it because it is a bit fuzzy, it actually gets a lot clearer when you make the screen bigger. So people who are overweight or obese are much higher risk of much more severe disease or even death of COVID-19. And one study suggests that losing weight can reduce that risk. No shit. You mean the same shit that this fat hillbilly has been fucking saying since before COVID or before all this shit happened? That, you know, they like that's what Rogan reported on his show fucking a couple years ago. Vitamin D, so sunlight, and exercise could help, especially exercise because it's healthy living.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, actually, the guy I work with just died. The shot caused pneumonia. I don't believe that.
Yeah. People believe that that's what it causes. Oh, come on.
Well,
The shot causes heart problems. The shot injects microchips into you. The shot transports you to another world.
a whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes. I'm gonna say this in agreeing, like with some of the things I have seen. And we know we talked about this last week. Was, you know, if I had 3 shots for chicken pox or smallpox and I still got smallpox, I'd be asking some questions. And I mean, I understand what people are saying. It's like, well, you know, like they just changed the rule for double vaccinated people in Alberta that I think you only have to quarantine for 5 days if you've been double vaccinated and if you're asymptomatic.
That's with regards to the new variant from South Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
It causes stress. Yeah, that, and I don't doubt. I've heard Drew say that if we talk about it, YouTube might take us down. Well, that to me is a little bit of fear mongering, a little bit, because the channels have been taken down for false information with regards to the shot and so on and so forth, and because both myself and Dr. Nick the Ninja over here are not actual scientifically minded people, and we have no education whatsoever with regards to medicine or virology, why would anyone believe what we have to say? And therefore, why should we have anything to say on the subject that's contrary to what experts have already said about it? We can have, yeah, go ahead.
No, you're right. No, you keep going. No, you were right. Keep going. Sorry, I thought.
We can have our opinions, but our opinions should not be taken as fact. And facts don't care about your feelings, and that you can't have your own facts. You can have your own opinions, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, I realize people aren't like, you know, I know it's like bots or whatever you call to pick up what we're saying, but at the same time, we always have this thing going at the bottom that says we are most definitely bro science. You know, like it's the disclaimer runs whether we're on here for an hour or we're on here for almost 2 hours. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, we usually are careful, Casey.
And that's the thing. If you want to take down, if they wanted to take down our video of that, you know, we have maybe at most 25 people watching. Go ahead. Like, okay, you're like, you can't look much more unprofessional than, well, Alex looks fine, but me, I got a Canadians jersey in the background. I got a fucking microwave in a box over there and a Tragically Hip fucking picture. And I'm wearing a wrestling t-shirt. If you're listening to what I say and take it to fucking heart, you need to like go get vaccinated or not being vaccinated a vasectomy because you should not be reproducing. If you take what I say to heart and like, yeah, big fat bald guy named the Garbage Man said this, you're fucking dumb.
I heard on Alex and the Garbage Man, that's where you stop listening to people.
Yeah.
I heard this, so it must be true. What is this, Mackenzie?
Yeah. Oh,
Come on.
Yeah. There's inside baseball for you. Or again, like that's why when I say something on Facebook, I'll say a meme. Because I was like, well, I read on Facebook. Okay. Or I read. Well, especially when there's a microwave in it.
What other weird shit can you put in the background to make you look any more not like any kind of professional, I wonder? If you hung up a skeleton between the door and the Tragically Hip poster, and the skeleton had a cigar in its mouth and an Indiana Jones hat on or something, and a sachet.
Purple
I don't know.
dildo hanging
A
on
purple dildo. No. You got to blur that out because that's sexually offensive.
Oh.
Except if it's pointing toward your mouth at that particular angle.
What if I put a dildo on the end of my microphone?
You'd have to wire it up so that the microphone was in the dildo. Then you could justify it.
What if I just put the dildo just right here? I talk to it like this. No?
Do some ASMR?
What if I was like, but I guess if I was talking to this and started going like this, that would really be offensive, right?
Yeah, that would be construed as offensive. Just as with Lenny Bruce, when he got arrested many times back in the early 60s when he was doing his sets. I think in one of the sets, because I watched the documentary, Lenny Bruce, he had the microphone and he was doing this. You know how in church, I think it was in the Catholic Church, the priest would do this. I can't remember what it was with.
Yeah, I think it was like salt and pepper. I don't know, some bullshit.
And so
it's not salt and pepper.
And he was doing that. He was making fun of religion, and that's from what I remember from the documentary. That's why he got busted so many times. He was talking trash on the Catholic religion. But now that's how you open a show.
Isn't that funny? That's just like. So, Lenny Bruce used to get arrested for talking, just making a joke about the Catholic Church. And now think what comedians say these days.
Oh, yeah. But then there are old school people who say, well, this country, this society has gone down the toilet in the past 30 or 40 years. Yes and no. I mean, as technology advances, you would think we would get smarter. And some of us do, but some of us use that technology to do even more dumber shit. Welcome to Jackass.
Well, and that's and again, guess I haven't done a lot of these in a long time, but we're going back to Rogan. Like when people would always say like, "Oh, these are the worst times." It's like, bitch, go live back in France in like 1810, and you get back to me about how fucking bad we have it now.
You go live in the Middle Ages where you're pooping in a bucket,
and then like having to throw it at people. They'd have poop parties, bro. Science.
I was going to say, did you do your research on that one? I'm not sure.
Hashtag bro science.
We're going to become immune to fecal matter. Let's have a poop party and throw it all at each other. What?
Well, isn't that how they got chicken pox when you were a kid? To get around other kids with chicken pox. Hey, we're gonna have a poo flinging party here, so we're not allergic to the poo anymore.
People could take Casey seriously, even though he's got the bookshelves and bookshelves of games in the back. If you blurred out the background, it would kind of look like stacks of books. And whenever people are interviewing someone on the news, what they would do is they would put that person that they're interviewing in front of stacks of books. It makes the person look educated and learned and read. So you do the same with Casey. Or you could call him a video game expert.
Yeah, you got to learn how to play it right. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So I mean, we kind of moved off the topic, but this is kind of going to be a more of a COVID, I guess, episode because this is interesting to me. I'm going to butcher this guy's name, but he is the #1 tennis player in the world, Novak Djokovic, Cappuccino.
You're canceled.
So he was going down to the Australian Open, claimed that he had an exemption, and got down there, and the Aussies went, "No, I don't fucking think so."
What was his exemption?
He just said he had a vaccine exemption. He didn't need to get it. The world's #1 ranked tennis player was denied entry to compete in the Australian Open because of an error with his visa application. And he is not vaccinated, but he's from I'm gonna get the country. I know I don't want National Post, go away. Whatever country he's from is claiming that it's discrimination.
Oh yeah, pulling
And it's
that.
like, well, no. He went to Australia knowing that they have, if you want to go into Australia, you need to be double vaccinated. There's no questions asked. This is the country that shut down for a week when I think they had 5 at the beginning of this.
Yeah, they're putting their foot down.
Yeah, so you knew going in what could happen.
I'm surprised he was led on the plane to go over there. I mean, that makes no sense.
Yeah, but this is words English hard. This is the stupidity of this whole thing. Like what happened with the World Juniors. It was just like, well, because it was in Edmonton. That's where he went for Cohen's football. Cohen was allowed to be on the field to play football, but he was not, and to practice, but he was not allowed to be in the stands to watch other teams play. How does that make any fucking sense?
Okay, in the stands, are there rules about distancing?
No, but he'd be with the same players that he's playing football with.
Were they allowed in the stands?
If they were vaccinated, yes, or they had to have a test to prove that they were negative. But they did that all with the hockey players. All hockey players could travel from all over the world, but they without being double vaccinated. Same thing, but they wouldn't be allowed on the facilities. Only allowed in the facilities to play and practice.
Because he's outside, and there's less risk or chance of transmission when outside. I could see that. And I'm talking specifically on the field. In the stands, it's a little bit different if there are no rules in place with regards to social distancing. And Cohen is from another town. He's not from Edmonton. So if you put all that into account, I can understand why they have those particular rules for him. But with regards to World Juniors and unvaccinated hockey players being able to travel, that I'm at a loss. I need to know more.
Do you need to know more?
Would you like to know more? Starship Troopers.
There it is. Yeah. Great movie.
Great movie.
Fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. What do you got to ramble on about now?
Since we're on the subject, I'll share this and just to trigger you because you had brought it up at some point in time. China locks down city of 1.2 million after 3 virus cases. Count that, 3. And a city in central China, and that's because they're taking a zero COVID approach. Well, if it's true, and again, bro science, if it's true that this thing started in China, it makes sense that the country of origin would take it deadly seriously and have this zero tolerance policy. So, and China is kind of authoritarian anyway, so I understand why they did what they did. And the city's name is Yuzhou, I think. They were required to stay home. I can't remember how long it was. I think it was a few days at least. But I remember last year, May, June, July, can't remember exactly when or the episode it was, but Nick was going off about a school in Lethbridge that had locked down or closed because of one positive case coming from there. So there you go, Nick. There's the eventual expansion of that particular point of view.
You're not getting me. You're not getting me. No, I'm going to be a good boy. A good boy. I'm not going to say anything. Calm, cool, collective. And just for that, I'm going to show this, so this image will be in your head because it's in my head now.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Well, that's strange.
You're welcome. Shit people share on Facebook, right? It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, speaking of which, there were a few things that I saw. And I don't know if Casey's still here, but he had opened with Betty White. So here's one about Betty White. You know what's really great? We told Betty White that we loved her while she was still alive. And that's important. Because we didn't wait until she was dead to say, "Oh, she was great, she was cool," and extol the virtues of Betty White when she can't hear us because she's fucking dead. We did it when she
Right?
was alive.
Yes.
Oh, and Joe loves our stream. Thank you, Jolene. Happy New Year. Hope you're doing
Hey,
well.
Brody, I take everything back I said about your mustache. Fuck you and your mustache. Fucking troll. Go crawl back under your bridge. 5-finger death punch is better than Led Zeppelin. Fuck.
I've never listened to Five Finger Death Punch.
Well, good. You're saving yourself a lot of fucking ear bleeding. Yeah. You know, it's funny the way the world evolves. So I'm sure you haven't heard this instant because you're not a football fan, so drink. Antonio Brown is a troubled football player who had a mental breakdown on Sunday and quit mid-game, taking his equipment off, and it was quite the spectacle. So, but now there's an OnlyFans model exposing Antonio Brown shares pics of his attorney offering her $10,000 in hush money.
Ooh.
Because apparently they were together. So
yeah, CTE, that would be
I completely agree with you, Jolene.
Yeah, my go-to.
Okay, I know it's not this, but he got murked years ago. Like a dirty hit. Like he got hit and like he did he had the stiff arms. He had the fucking Macarena arms. He was out. And he was never the same after that. I completely agree with what Jolene's saying.
Yep.
Is that he got it was brutal.
BR Oodle.
Yeah. And yeah, it just but why does she need to ask about to be quiet? I don't know. Oh, because he tested positive for COVID? I don't know. Fuck. You know, but yeah, it was a brutal hit, and I completely say that. Like, yeah, there's definitely something wrong there that he needs to, you know.
Yeah, when people start showing erratic behavior, especially when they're in sports like football or hockey, or maybe even rugby, when there's full-on contact, and they get a huge hit, that's usually what it is. Again, bro science, CTE. Is that he's crazy? Well, we ourselves, not being doctors, we could say he's crazy, but that's our colloquial version of saying he is CTE. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I sent the video to Cohen. I'll send it to you just so you can see. Yeah, look at Eric Lindros. Yeah, he was pretty fucked up too. Well, I mean, Eric was bad. His brother was worse though. I think his brother only got hit once and was done.
Must have been a huge hit.
It was huge, yeah.
Huge.
Huge. Here, I'll send this to you. No. Oh, I don't want to send. Oh yeah, I guess. Oh, you can't do that.
Put it up on the screen, bro.
Well, I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, all right.
I don't know if we'll get
4. Holy shit! I'm surprised he could tie his shoes.
See, I always thought Brett was just the one and done. But yeah, it was a pretty. Yeah, it was a pretty surreal thing to watch on the football field. Like, yeah, he stripped off his jersey, threw his in the pads, threw his shit into the stands, and was jumping in the end zone, and out the back he went. Well, I mean, you talk about concussions. Look at Chuck Liddell, one of the most, in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, one of the most dominant fighters, and then he got knocked out once by Rashad Evans flatlined him in a fight, and that was the end. And that's just it. It became a thing with Chuck, like, and again, back to Rogan, because he was talking about it. It was like
Drink.
his brain, your brain protects you,
Mhm.
right? And it just,
Yeah, it's the thing. As a kid, when you're, and I'm going to use a specific example, when you're pushed into sports, especially by a parent, and you grow up with that all around you, getting concussions and being yelled at by people and being pushed around, that can have, I think, a devastating effect on a young person's mental health as well. So I'm glad I didn't get too heavy into it. I was into baseball, but that I got out of that at some point.
Yeah, and baseball, that's one of those shit happens. I mean, it's not nearly as much as it used to be because there's really no taking out second basemen. You're not supposed to be anyways. No slamming the catchers anymore. We've come a long way with CTE. But even like youth football, like 'cause my son played football, and if a kid did get, hurt, they had to go do a concussion test,
Yeah,
and they
good,
weren't allowed to play again until they passed it.
good.
And that was like reading, and they had to be within a certain amount of seconds when they did the test, and they were not allowed to play or practice until they passed that concussion test.
Good. Yeah, there's got to be a benchmark at this point
Yeah.
in time.
And the CFL is really pushing it. NFL's been pushing it. I'm sure everybody is at this point. But then you get ignorant statements like I think it was Dana White that actually said, "Oh well, UFC is not as bad as football." And it's like, "Oh, fuck off! You're punching people in the face, kneeing people in the face constantly. Like, don't say it's it's just as fucking bad." Just I think
But taking care of the players before and after, I would love to see how that goes with football versus MMA.
Well, see, and that's been. I'm gonna fuck up the Paul brother, but that's been one of his. Well, even Tito, I believe Tito Ortiz, the UFC fighter, his big thing was with his fight with Dana White was not paying the fighters properly.
Mm.
And that's actually that was Logan Jake Paul's big thing. Like that's been his huge thing about them not being paid properly. I'd have to look up what the stats are for what they pay, but I believe like the minimum for a win in UFC is like 12 grand.
Ooh.
And I know that seems like a lot of money, but these guys, they train for months to get ready for these fights,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
Especially when you compare like boxing, right? Like what boxing pays out, which is like a ridiculous amount of money. And I don't believe like no, I mean I'm not done. Well, I don't watch boxing at all anymore, but I would like to think that it's way was getting better ratings with UFC was getting better ratings, than boxing, I would think.
Good question. I have no idea. I was going to say, did you get hit in the head recently?
I did. I'm trying to read. Okay, so 500,000 for a main event
for boxing
for UFC, but that doesn't include sponsorship payment or fight night bonus. So, in comparison, that's a main event fighter payout for UFC 268. Whereas, let's see, Tyson Fury, who is the heavyweight champion, I believe. I would just like to see what his payout.
I thought it would have been the opposite at this point, Brody, because whenever there's a huge boxing fight, that gets a whole lot of advertising. Like, I'm not a sports fan, and I hear about all the big boxing fights, especially with the Paul brothers.
Okay, so I'll just put this into perspective. So this is 2 fighters, though. So each fighter from the UFC card got $500,000 for one fight. So let's say over 3, so that's 1.5 million if they fought 3 times, if they did a trilogy fight, correct? Okay. So Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder each earned as much as $18 million each for their trilogy of fights. Oh, for the trilogy fight tonight. That's just the one fight. And then they also split $10 million purse. And yeah, like, holy shit. So yeah, and yeah, Brody. See, I did think that UFC's been way more like, yeah. You'll every once in a while you'll get like that big fight, like maybe at like Fury and Wilder probably had a huge buy rate, but bigger UFC is constantly, I believe.
Casey, you're not doing yourself any favors by calling her an old bag. I'm sure Drew's going to find this and clip it so that it makes you look like the bad guy. So be careful with the words you use. It's only the big fight. Yeah, that's true. Yes, that's right. And Mayweather versus one of the Paul brothers, that was a big payout too. I mean, big for both of them. But then there's a whole lot of payouts that go with that. The publicists, their managers, so on and so forth.
You're paying trainers and doctors and nutritionalists and coaches. So that goes for the guys that only made $500,000, right, for each fight.
That's right. And if you live in the United States and you get a big payout like that, you got to save, well, one would think you would, save a lot of money for medical expenses, because your head's going to get knocked around. Your brain's going to move around in your skull. It's going to cause problems in the future. You might go into an old folks' home in your 40s or 50s because you can't talk anymore and you have trouble moving around because of all those shots that you took to the head.
Well, I actually just read this morning. If Brody knows the guy's name, there was a boxer. Where is he? Of course I can't find him right now. But yeah, this guy took some shots to the back of the head. He was like an undefeated boxer, and he's like completely brain damaged now. Like, I just watched the video. I can't. Maybe Brody will know who I'm talking about. But yeah, this just had like only a few years ago. He was a young man, and he kept getting punched in the back of the head, and he ended up having like bleeding on the brain and stuff.
Yeah, that could fuck you up. Slapping someone hard enough at a certain angle in a certain place, that can fuck you up. Yeah, Casey, I'm not a fan of the Paul brothers either, but they do draw a lot of attention. They're getting their payday every time. It'd be cool to see them fight each other. That would be a gigantic pay-per-view. That's true. Ryan, I think the Paul brothers, they're a flash in the pan for this particular point in time. Just like look at people who were famous in the mid-2000s. Most of them we probably don't hear about anymore. I couldn't give you an example. I have no idea.
So,
yeah.
Sorry. Okay, we're talking real life here, Brody. The guy's name was Pritchard Colon Melendez. He's an American boxer. This happened a little while ago. But you should really look him up, Alex, and just to see like the state he's in now. Like, it's unbelievable. I'm hoping that this guy gets better, but it's sad. Yeah, it's several cheap shots. Like, kept getting, it left him paralysis and life-threatening brain damage. Yeah, like it's unbelievable.
Now, did he suffer these cheap shots in the ring?
Yep.
What the hell?
And he kept complaining, and you should just read like, so I had actually read this while I was at physio this morning. So he was fighting a gentleman by the name of Terrell Williams, and he appeared to be ahead in the first rounds. Williams repeatedly punched Colon in the back of the head illegally. Colon informed the ref of the illegal punches to the back of the head, to which the ref replied, "You can take it."
Oh, fire that ref.
So Colon in response hit Williams with a low blow. After multiple illegal blows, Colon was knocked down for the first time in his professional career in the 9th round. He spoke to the doctors between rounds, said he felt dizzy, but he felt he could go on. They cleared him to keep fighting, but then it was disqualified after the 9th round because his corner mistakenly removed his gloves, thinking it was the end of the fight. I guess he was incoherent and experiencing dizziness, and after the fight, he was vomiting and taken to the hospital, where he was diagnosed with brain bleeding. As a result, Colon went into a coma for 221 days. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Fuck the ref and fuck that guy he was fighting.
Repeated punches in the back of the head.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, if Liam Neeson, it was a ski injury, if I remember correctly.
And she died from it, yeah.
Yeah, and they were in BC at the time, I believe. I think I was still living back in BC when that happened. Yeah.
Sad. It's very sad. Wrong. Sad.
The
ref should be sued. That's bullshit. That happened in front of how many people?
Guy was already here. Yeah, we'll have it on TV. It was a fucking boxing match, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Have you heard the song by Bo Burnham called "Sad"?
No.
You should listen to it. It's pretty fucking funny. Natasha Richardson. Wow. Television and theater. Where are films? Gothic. Frankenstein. Patty Hearst. I haven't heard any of those. Parent Trap. Oh, okay. No, I recognize her. Okay, gotcha. No in QC. What does that mean? Hey, anyone else see the new Matrix yet?
You said you had seen it and you thought it was all right.
I liked it. A lot of people really don't like it, but I liked it.
Yeah, I'm hearing mixed reactions and reviews. I'll see it for myself at some point in time.
Yeah, and you'll have to let me know. Like I said, I enjoyed it, so. K-Back. I thought he was saying K-Back. Oh, it was okay. He was saying that's where she got hurt. Okay, gotcha. But that's just it. These people, like, when these dirty hits, like these slaps on the wrists, they gotta be bigger. And not slaps on the wrist, like you're getting your ass handed to you.
Remember, it was mid 2000s at least. Todd Bertuzzi.
Yeah, Stephen Moore. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he got pretty heavily fined. That's the only thing I know Todd Bertuzzi for is that particular dirty hit.
And in my humble opinion, and hope Brody's still here to say it, I don't think he should ever been able to play hockey again.
Yeah.
I think if you like, there's accidents happen, right? But when you purposely, maliciously hurt someone like that, you should be out just as long as they're out. If they never play hockey again, guess what? Neither do you. You're one of these slew foot motherfuckers that, you know who you are, fucking Brad Marchand, likes to fucking kick people's legs out from underneath him. It's called the slew foot, right? You fucking injure people like that, or you run goalies and stuff. That's any sport. You should be gone just as long as the person is gone for.
That's a good call. That's like an.
Go ahead, sorry.
That's like an eye for an eye kind of judgment. I like that. That's
and my dad's been saying that for years. My father's. I remember my dad. Yeah, he should have been cut. He shouldn't have. He's like, my dad's been saying that for as long as I can remember. That if you hurt somebody, you should be done. And I completely agree with it. And and again, so this guy, I'm trying to see when this happened. I'm trying to find out where the more incident happened.
I swear it was 2005, 6, or 7.
Okay, yeah, it was 2004. 2004, I believe. Yeah, 2004. And he was...
I'd have to see the footage.
Why was Bertuzzi playing? It was fucking 9-1. Just read it here. It was in 2004. Nearing the end of the 2003-4 season, he was indefinitely suspended by the NHL for punching Steve Moore.
Yep, pre-lockout. That's when Gary Bettman's name got big. I had no idea about the sport, and then I hear Gary Bettman getting trashed.
Yeah, but you want to know what, Brody? Here's the smoking gun again. Here's where it goes back to. If he hadn't have fucking sucker punched the guy and jumped on his fucking back, nobody would have fucking piled on him. And for anybody that says, well, he should have turned around and fucking fought, he fought earlier in the game. He fought Matt Cook, I believe, earlier in the game. So guess what? He did his job. And for any fucking Vancouver goddamn fucking Canuck fans that sit here and go, well, he hit fucking Marcus Naslund, but Marcus Naslund should have had his fucking head up. You're on the number one fucking line, and you have your head down going across the tracks. One of your fucking favorite players, Brody, should be fucking Eddie Shack, Maple Leafs forward. And what was the saying? Or Maple Leafs, whatever the fuck he was. Clear the tracks. Here comes Shack. You put your fucking head down coming across that line, you're gonna get fucking hit.
Well, drink. That was a lot of sports.
Shalom. Which is a fucking shame, because he was a big power forward, Bertuzzi, that could score-ish, So, I always hate that. Like, there's always something that leads to it, right? Like, yeah, and I agree with you, Brody. Like, but that's... Everybody jumped on him. Well, again, if Bertuzzi hadn't have fucking sucker punched him, none of that would have happened. And I'll get on the same thing what happened with Marty McSorley and Donald Brashear. And I don't think McSorley ever played again, and he never should have for fucking slashing Brashear in the side of the head. I don't care if you were trying to fucking fight. Right?
Hey, Gordon. Who gets to decide? Okay, so then we have to differentiate. Good night, Dad. We have to differentiate between what is an accident and what is malicious. Malicious is with intent to cause bodily harm intentionally. Accident, that's different, and we'd have to have visual examples of that. And it would have to be determined each time, like on an individual basis. It's not like blanket rules every time. You have to look at each individual case.
And I don't get like you're saying what is malicious. Punching a guy in the back of the head or grabbing him from behind and coming behind a guy like this and punching him in the side of the face is malicious. That is intent to fucking... That's not, that's intent to fucking really hurt someone.
Especially if, as you said, Moore had fought a different guy earlier in the game, and then Bertuzzi was getting revenge on Moore for that. Bertuzzi and Moore didn't have any fight earlier in the game, so it makes no sense for Bertuzzi to take it upon himself to go after.
And that's the thing. No, punching someone in the face is totally part of hockey. If you're looking at someone and punching them in the face, that's fucking hockey. Grabbing someone from behind and pulling him back and fucking coming across like that, that's not fucking hockey.
Yeah, if you're squaring off with someone and the gloves drop, that is two-party consent to fight, if you will.
And you don't think Todd wanted to hurt him? Of course he didn't want to. Okay, no. Hurt, you did say hurt him, but not injure him. But that's the same as the guy who robs the store, goes to shoot the gun over the guy's head to scare him and actually fucking shoots him. Well, I didn't mean to shoot him. Okay, I wanted to scare him, not kill him. Right?
It's not part of hockey. Maliciousness should not be part of hockey.
No. Eh,
Fist fights should be.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be. If you have two combatants that are like and I know being a hockey guy, old school, maybe Brody doesn't agree, but like there's a video of George LaRock, big guy who was a scrapper, and he skates up to the guy, goes, "You want to go? Okay, good luck." And then like they fight, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think fighting should necessarily be taken out of hockey. Now, what I do want to see happen, Brody, and I hope you agree with me on this one, is when there's a beautiful hit. It's a beautiful, clean hit. And then the instant that happens, everybody jumps in a big pile and there's a big scrum. I think whoever, like, say Brody hits Alex, lays Alex out with a beautiful hit, and I grab Brody and I stop the play, that should be a delay a game penalty. You're getting 2 minutes for delay a game. You can't put the puck over the boards anymore. It's called the delay a game because they want to keep the game fast. They figured that would help keep people interested in watching the games because it was getting ridiculous, right? Well, it should be the same
3-4
thing.
hours.
Yeah, it should be. Well, it is still that long.
Oof.
But it's a little quicker now, right? Because they can't just shoot a puck over the boards if they need a break. They'll get a penalty for that. And if they're concerned about delay a game, well, then that should be a delay a game too. If it was a beautiful, clean hit and you start a fight, then guess what? And that guy doesn't retaliate or anything, you get a 2-minute delay a game penalty. So then I would speed that up, I think, a lot more.
If there's a clean hit and a guy dies anyway, okay, I think that's getting down to a little bit more nitty gritty. Clean hit, was the hit intentional or was the hit accidental? Those questions have to be answered.
So if it's a clean hit, guy's coming on the ice, his head's up, and they hit each other, and everything was clean, and he dies, that's an accident. Look, Nick Kypreos, he didn't die, but he got one punched, and that was the end of his hockey career. Like he got laid out and like blood pouring, like he got fucking punched out.
Todd Bertuzzi, Gretzky.
In a clean hit, hey man, it was a clean hit.
You know, I think with regards to the visual spectator sport that is hockey, and I go back and forth with this as the years go on. I used to be against fighting in hockey because it offered nothing for the game. Like with regards to gameplay, it offered nothing. But it is another visual aspect of the game. It's something else to watch. And if two guys decide they want to fight, okay, fine, let them fight. But as you're saying, punching from the back of the head, sucker punches, no, that should not be allowed, and there should be a zero tolerance policy on that. Yeah, so with Gordon's example of if there's a clean hit and a guy dies, that would be, as Jolene is saying, a freak accident. That's one of those things that, well, you roll the dice and we'll see what happens. Now, would there be accountability?
But is that one of those things where, I mean, it's easiest for us to discuss this as two hillbillies sitting in our...
You're the hillbilly.
About it.
I'm the liberal freak because I'm on the West Coast.
Well, that's right. Well, it's one of those, like, where does it... What would you do? Okay, here's the... this was an Archie comic I read years and years ago. And Jughead and Archie went to the future. There's a point of the story, right? So anyways, the boys are touring with this robot showing him around Riverdale in like 2020, like forever in the future. And they're like, oh, how's the football team doing? And they're like, oh, the football team, I have a counter for that, Brody. The football team's doing terrible. And they're like, oh, we don't play with people anymore. And they're like, no, because they're robots playing the game. Like, that's such a barbaric game. Why would we let humans play this game? Right now, now, Brody, so you bring up an interesting point. Fuck, we're going on such a rabbit hole now with sports, but
it's great.
Here's your thing now, Brody. This is why I hate playoff hockey in a way, because the best team doesn't always win. Now, I'm saying that in that when you get a guy like, look what Conor McGregor and stuff did. McDavid did in the playoffs last year. Nothing, because once the playoffs start, it turns into a whole, Well, they don't call anything. Don't let the refs decide the game. And you have third line players holding fucking the top scorers down, interference every fucking where, but it's not called. That Brody, to me, needs to be taken care of before fighting in hockey. Start dealing when it comes playoff time and people just, oh, it's playoff hockey. Let them play hard. Well, no. I want to see guess what? If Connor McDavid could put the Edmonton Oilers on his back and score a hat trick every night in the playoffs, I want to see that. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. But when it comes playoff time, it's notorious for guys holding and clutching, and it's stupid. And that's the problem, though, Brody. It's not. Playoff hockey is stupid because the rules of hockey are the rules of hockey, yes. But they don't seem to apply during playoffs. It's a very frustrating situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And it drives me nuts, Brody, because I want to see Connor McDavid, like I said, score a hat trick. I want to see Sid Crosby rack up fucking 7 assists in a game. I want to see Ovechkin fucking at the fucking top of that circle, just fucking like scoring goals. But you're right. I hate playoff hockey for that. It's fucking annoying.
Okay, new debate: Nick versus Jolene, playoff hockey, and go. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, it is still exciting to watch,
especially the advertisements.
If your team's into it, of course it's exciting to watch. But to see, no, and that's the point, Jolene. I think Brody's getting at, but what I'm saying to add on to that is how much more exciting would playoff hockey be if guys like Connor and Ovechkin and all the top stars got to fucking play like the top stars without some schlub on the third line draped all over him like a fucking 16-year-old sexed up dude at a fucking teen dance with his fucking dick hanging out like a pink thing on a fucking dog. And this guy actually got to play fucking hockey. I mean, I was raised with hockey too.
Jolene played ringette for years as well.
Excellent. And my niece is playing ringette. I hope I can get up there to watch her do it. Hopefully next year. But I mean, I love it too, but I want to watch these guys do the thing. I don't want to watch a bunch of clutching and grabbing, and it's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, it can be.
Hi, Corey.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah, exactly, Brody. You're fucking right. Brody nailed it. A holding penalty in November should be the same thing in May. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
So, wow,
that's the big draw, the playoffs games. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is because even like as you know, even when it's the finals, I like to watch. Like I usually watch the Super Bowl. The Bears aren't going to touch a Super Bowl for years, but I love watching the Super Bowl. But I will say, football is really taken ahead for me just because it really is the no fun league anymore.
The no fun league.
Oh, you can't like somebody wore because Coach Madden had passed away last week or whatever. Somebody was going to wear John Madden cleats, and he was warned by the league if he wore those cleats because they're not uniform specific, he'd be fined. One of probably the greatest football coach ever, the name synonymous with football that even the average Joe was like, oh yeah, fuck, I know John Madden.
Me, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. You even knew who Coach Madden was, right? Yeah. So
yeah, on your left, Nick, the toilet paper.
Again, shit coming out of a Canucks fan's mouth. Please.
Oh, awesome.
Talking about toilet paper. Fuck.
I love it. We can all unite for hockey, I guess, and I'll stand here looking.
We can fucking, but yeah, I just, and I agree, bro, because like, when of course they're allowed to keep playing, the World Juniors is some of the most exciting hockey to watch.
That's really come up in the past few years. Like in the 90s, I didn't hear much about World Juniors, but now, oh yeah.
Like the early 2000s and stuff, I found it was really starting to hit a whole nother level. And even women's hockey. I remember like, especially Canada, especially like Team Canada, US, like women's hockey. It's fucking great to watch. Yeah. So, wow, I think it's the most I've talked about sports on a fucking show in. I don't even remember how long.
Yeah, so we're starting the new year off probably on a great note. Casey was here for a good bit. I brought up the banner right away. We talked about hockey for a lot. We've had a good, decent amount of people in and out of here. And thanks to Wade Wilson for liking the stream. Really appreciate it.
That is my Tigger. I miss my Tigger. So
Oh,
he was his name is James. He was our bass player at I'll down age him because I know he's an old man now, but I think he was like 40. We're gonna say 41. I think it was a little bit older, and he decided to learn how to play bass. And I'd never seen a guy more dedicated to learning how to play bass. He's got a beautiful, beautiful. I don't know if it's a fiance or girlfriend, but Tanya, we call her Silver Fox. I really miss them. Yeah, James is the shit. Hey, Tigger, I need a bass player. Move back to Tabor. Oh shit. That's Saskatchewan Junior. Wait, Jolene. Which Jolene is that? Is that
that's my friend. Well, I've
cool.
got two.
The one that knows Tony, right? My little big brother.
Yes.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. No, sorry. No, that's the other one.
Okay.
That's the secret one.
Yeah. There's 3 Jolenes that pop in here, right? Well, 4 if you count Brody's wife.
Oh, yeah, Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe. We haven't seen Joe for a while, though. So
Zdeno Chara. I haven't seen that name forever.
What an ugly motherfucker.
But he was big, wasn't
Huge.
he? Yeah.
Something ridiculous on his skates. I think he was like 6'7" or something.
Yeah.
But with his skates on, it was like 7 foot.
He's like Craig Christie height, you know?
Yeah, but Craig is way prettier than him.
Wow, this guy must be ugly then.
Oh, he is. Fuck. Go look up Zdeno Chara. You go look him up too. He's an ugly man. He is an ugly, ugly man.
Well, Corey says 7'2", Jolene says 6'9". Okay.
Are we going on skates or off skates?
Corey says 6'9" without skates. Okay, so they
that
agree
makes
there.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
7'2" with skates.
2.06 meters. Why the fuck is it in that?
Yeah, we're Canadian. We don't measure in meters anymore. We've switched to feet. I remember learning about meters in grade 2 and never using them.
6'9", 250 pounds.
Ooh.
That's a big boy.
Yep.
Oh, well, he's mostly vegan diet.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. Interesting.
He's still going to die like the rest of us.
Yeah. No shit. There it is. Yeah, 1996, 97 Prince George Cougars.
Yeah, I remember Trevor talking about him at that point.
And then he played for the Kentucky Thoroughbreds in the AHL.
What?
Yeah, Kentucky. And then he went to New York Islanders in 97, 98.
From Prince George to Kentucky to New York.
Prince George to Kentucky to New York.
Wow.
Then to Ottawa, then Boston, and then Washington. And I think he's playing for the Islanders this year, if he's still playing.
Wow. Yeah, over 20 years.
Yeah. So.
Good for him.
Yeah. I went Islanders, San Jose, Boston, Washington Caps, and yeah, he's with the Islanders now. So he'll be done pretty soon. He's getting up there, right? Born in 77. Ooh, yeah. He's 44 years old, so it's pretty old for a hockey player.
Yeah. Any professional sport, you get into your 40s, you're the senior in the group.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. So I mean, fuck, we bit off a big chunk of sports. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss that you had on the ledger?
I saw something that a friend of mine shared on Facebook, and I wanted to bring it up just for the purposes of the discussion around transmission of the virus, not transmission as in auto parts, because I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, me neither.
So my friend and yours, Amanda, she posted this recently. So you see the baby Yoda meme, but it's above that where she says, how I feel hanging out with my buddy after he's hung out with his buddy who hangs out with anyone, and I mean anyone by anything. So this person hangs out with that person hangs out with the other person, transmission down the line. this is how it spreads. If you don't hang out with a whole lot of people, there's not a whole lot of chance for transmission. That's almost to me a perfect analogy.
But isn't it funny how it's taken this for people to finally go, wait a minute? Because I mean, this has always been around, people. This has always been, like, and I don't know how you like guys think about things, but there goes like, you always want to hope that the guy that made your food washed his hands after he peed. Right?
Yeah,
It's
even
always those
back
things, right? But that's just I've always thought about that, right? And I go back to the movie Sorority Boys. Great movie. Do you remember that? When the guys got kicked out of their frat house and they dressed as the girls? It's got the big dude from he was the guy, the friend that broke his leg and Freddie got fingered.
Okay, I never
Yeah.
saw Sorority Boys.
Okay, it's hilarious. Actually, that was the last DVD I bought because I wanted to watch it. I actually ordered it when HMV was still around. But he makes a point in there, like, because they're in the sorority house and they see how women live, like, when they get their periods, and they're like, he's mortified. He's like, and this always stuck with me in life when he says, "Look it, I don't want to know about ingrown hairs or menstrual cycles." He's like, it's like when you go to a restaurant and you order your like a big bacon cheeseburger. I don't want to see him club the cow over the fucking head. I don't want to see him kill the pig. All I want to know is how this delicious product got in front of me. And I always think about that. I don't want to know like how this food got in front of me. I don't want to know if that cook was just picking his nose or thumbing his asshole. I just want my food to taste delicious, and hopefully he didn't do that stuff in the back.
You see that you're trusting complete strangers with something that's going to directly affect you, and using the restaurant analogy is a great way to do that.
Mm-hmm. And you don't want to think about it, right? You think about that shit all the time.
Yeah. I've seen some gnarly and nasty people cooking food in restaurant kitchens. People that just by looking at them, I wouldn't want to associate with them, which is a horrible thing to say because you don't judge a book by its cover, especially in this day and age, because there are a lot of cool people out there who may not look presentable. So stupid thing on my part. But if they are as nasty as some of them look, then I don't want to be in that restaurant.
Right? Okay, speaking of things, seeing things, and so I have found these videos lately, and it's Ben Shapiro reacting to crazy TikTok videos, like really far left people.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing to watch. Okay, and the first video I see, I'm just like, okay, guys, like I am gay pride. I have friends. I'm support the community. Transgender, that's your business. Like I'm not one. I don't know. And you want to know what? And I know what it's like to be just a fat white guy. So I don't know what people go through. But one of the first ones he sees is this guy who claims, hold on, just calm down. Who claims, I'm not saying I'm supporting, just watching the video, that he can shift from, I can't remember the exact names, but like I can go from being Nick to Felicia. I can switch between genders. And the guy goes, he just looks at the camera and goes, "Hello, I'm Felicia now." And it was just like, holy fuck. And he is dead serious. And then he sits there again and goes, "Hi, I'm Nick, I'm back." So that's how I don't know if it's called gender fluid or what it was, but it's amazing. That's where they lose me. That's where I get lost. And again, you don't understand. Okay, I don't. And I would love, so what I would love to see, I would love to see a test by scientists and show like the brave path. Like I've seen enough sci-fi movies and enough things like, like they put a thing on like a guy's head, like Rick Moranis had on a Ghostbusters with all the wires coming out.
Yep.
And let's watch the brain pattern. I want to see if something does change. Like you would think something in there would be like shoo, shoo, and like firing in the brains and go like, look, it's actually happening. You could actually see it. Don't you think that'd be an interesting study to be like, wow, it's real, or oh, you're full of shit. Because that's what they did to like Richard Ramirez. Remember when he claimed he was psycho, and they just brought the fake psychiatrist to talk to him, and he was pretending he was crazy, like to get on the insanity plea. Pretty much. I mean, and Julian, I do have love for Earl, and I hope Pete, but it's just like that was amazing to watch. That was, and if they could actually do this to show, so maybe that this is a tolerance thing that could help a lot of people who don't understand to watch like the brain patterns or to go, holy fuck, something really did happen there.
No. I would love to see those two in a live debate. Oh man.
But you know what? I don't think, but you'd have to have someone, okay, and I'll just go, you'd have to have like a Joe Rogan in the middle to be the moderator. Because, you know, Joe, he'd be like, Alex, shut the fuck up. Because, you know, Alex would just get going, and his head would turn red, and he'd be like, shut the fuck up. Sorry. You know, like you'd have to have a decent moderator that could really moderate properly between the two of them.
Yeah.
The Bilderbergs.
See, shit like that, he would be saying.
Yes. And I didn't, is it just on, is it on YouTube?
Yeah, I think the original is on YouTube. So, Jolene, how I remember it going is there was a reporter at I think it was a football game, and there were a bunch of people behind her saying, fuck Joe Biden. And she made a joke of it. She said, oh, what are they saying? Let's go, Brandon. And it just went from there. So it became not exactly a dog whistle for the right, but a little bit of a sly thing to say. I know about Secular Talk. I don't watch him too much, but I know of him. Breaking Point's not at all.
This is what happens when you're away from your family for 2 weeks and you have all this free time.
Yeah.
Again, you know. Local. Let's see what's going on in the local news.
NASCAR, baby.
I'm just seeing if there's anything good in the local news. There was nothing good on the
Okay, makes sense. A little more context. Thank you.
Oh.
A mug. No, I do not like a mug that says, let's go, Brandon. Thank you, but no. I'm good. Oh, so Brody gets brainwashed one way or the other every few years, it seems.
Did you see, of course, the story of the Sunwing plane with the party organizers that were partying and drinking on the plane?
Yep.
You know, and this is the stuff that if, you know, you were just to be low key, have a couple friends over, some drinks, play some games, no one would say shit. But when you're having a party, vaping on a plane, which is, God, you haven't been able to smoke on a plane since what, the early 90s?
Yeah. Sequel to Snakes on a Plane, Vapes on a Plane.
Yeah. Like before a lot of these motherfuckers were even an itch in their dad's fucking nutsack, they're like smoking was banned on like in public areas.
Yeah, early 90s.
Like, are you fucking kidding? And then they're like, oh, we're sorry. No, you're only sorry because you got caught.
Because you were stupid enough not only to have some other people live stream it or record it and put it up afterward, but also to get in front of the camera and be like, yo, we're drinking and stuff. Oh, we're so cool. No, you're not. You're a bunch of morons. And she's training to be a pilot. Wow.
Well, you can say, oh, those hopes have just crashed.
Oh.
You see what I did there? Crashed pilot. Yeah.
I'll see what you did there. And it was pretty cool.
Party. Go.
Let's go back to watching NASCAR. Broom, broom,
yeah,
broom.
Go, Brandon. Oh.
It used to be that back in the day you had to to go out and see stupid stuff happen, and most of the time it was by accident. Now people are doing stupid stuff on purpose and gloating about it by putting it on the internet for all to see. I do not understand this generation.
And I mean, this coming from guys that recorded 15 house parties.
Pretty much.
And
yeah.
and that's the thing is, there's only a select few people that have those, like even copies of them.
Yep.
And no one will ever see it because that's, you know.
Yeah, even then in 2001, the worry was, oh, Alex is going to put it on the internet. Alex has put it on the internet. No, and I never will. I may have taken a screenshot or two, or I've used this, but this was with Ryan's permission.
Oh,
That's
good times.
pretty much the only footage that's going to see the light of day, because that's not meant for public consumption.
Oh.
Was as flat as Joe Biden's presidency. Oh, what a sick burn, bro. I thought you were blue-pilled, bro.
Yeah, I'm totally woke now.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
blue-pilled is on the left, or pardon me, being woke is on the left, and being based is on the right, because that's what Nick Fuentes says. Based, red-pilled. Yes. And I'm going to clip that and use it in another intro. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do for a countdown, is just that burp for 30 seconds continuously.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
Okanagan's getting slammed with snow too. Sorry, I'm just reading headlines. See if there's anything good.
Speaking of the Okanagan.
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
West Kelowna gym still open despite orders from Interior Health to close.
America! Fuck yeah!
Kelowna, West Kelowna. And this gym is Iron Energy Fitness Center. Said they would not be complying. Oh, they're so brave. They're fighting for your freedom, bro. What? Okay, so they've done everything the government has asked, and yes, they're still getting shut down. That is frustrating, and I want the gyms to be open too, but this is what the provincial health officer, Dr. Bonnie Henry, has decided, and unless you have equivalent or greater education than she does, I don't know what your counter argument would be. Like I've seen people say this online, oh, she's doing anything that she feels like. Wrong. She's doing it because it's an educated decision that she's making.
Yeah. I'm in Southern Alberta. They ain't shutting shit down here. Fuck.
And then this was January 3rd. And then 2 days later, on January 5th, we will not be bullied. And then they post this picture.
What picture is that?
You can't see it?
Nope.
What the fuck?
I see your screen because you shared that one.
Okay.
I will say I do enjoy working out.
Jesus, is that with or without the wind chill? I imagine that's with the wind chill. Jamie was here earlier. She was saying 54 with the wind chill. That is crazy. Wow. Despised by all the left and the right.
But I like how you don't hear anything about it, Brody. If that's in fact the case, you know, and you'll have certain people say that the media is not biased towards Republicans. I mean, everyone knows Fox is a Republican station, but for the most part, it's usually liberals run the media, as it's always been claimed. But I don't hear nothing about Biden anymore because we watch the news every morning before I go to work. Kim always watches the news. And when Trump was in power, holy fuck, you heard everything was about Trump.
Yeah, it's especially criticizing him.
Yep.
Yeah.
But speaking of Trump, a year after the year after the Capitol riot, Trump still remains the undisputed Republican leader. And I said it yesterday when this video popped up when they're talking about it. I still say to this day they should have shot every single one of them motherfuckers.
Wrong.
No, they should have shot him. You stormed a Capitol building. You should have been fucking just.
Wow. I don't hear much at all about Kamala Harris. But then again, with regards to the vice president, you don't. Unless
Oh, dude. Yeah.
unless it's someone like Dick Cheney. Now that evil motherfucker.
Oh fuck. He was crazy. But then even who was Trump's dude again?
Mike
Pence?
Pence.
We heard lots about Pence. They always talked about Mike Pence. Let's see. Biden approval ratings.
He probably, yeah. Trump he's always getting his name out there. He's quite good and adept at staying in the spotlight
Whew.
by whatever means necessary.
So CNBC, is that liberal or is that Republican?
Yeah, CNBC is liberal.
It even says Biden, this is CNBC. Biden's disapproval hits new high as voters give him bad grades on economy.
Yep.
Yeah, Biden's disapproval hits a record high in new poll. So I'd have to look at both. So we'll read here first. But you also have to take surveys as a grain of salt, right?
Because they're not polling everyone. They're polling a random amount.
Yeah. So an overall survey shows that 56% of voters are disapproving of Biden's performance in office. It's an uptick from 54 in September and 49% in April. His approval rating now stands at 44%. So this just goes to show that no matter what, and we said this at the beginning of COVID, it didn't matter who was in power, whether it would have been Hillary or Donald Trump. No one could fix this shit. For the economy, 72% said they disapprove of Biden's management of the price of everyday goods, which the price of shit now is ridiculous. The price of food and whatnot.
Mhm.
We did a Costco shop last week. We wanted to get some roasts. $40 for 2 roasts. We didn't buy roasts. Yep. Yeah, it's like, and I feel horrible for the people that like minimum wage. Like me and Kim make a good living, and these poor people that are paying these outrageous food prices and fuel, natural gas, everything's going through the fucking roof.
Yep. Slowly but surely. Yep.
Yeah, and that's just it, Brody. And the companies are turning record profits.
Yeah. That's crazy too.
Yep.
The slow pricing out of the middle class, it seems.
Yep. Like, I mean, I don't mind talking about it, like, cause like with everything I have with my accident, that's the only way I'm gonna be able to afford to buy a house or get a house. Because I'm gonna get a lump sum for my leg.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy shit. Shouldn't have to rely on breaking your fucking leg to get a decent amount of money to put down on a fucking mortgage.
Exactly. You shouldn't have to rely on that or something even rarer like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
And I'm talking a large sum because here in the lower mainland, that's pretty much what you have to do in order to be able to put down a down payment on real estate.
Yep.
It's disgusting.
And I've said this for fucking years. Like, stop going after, like, but even if they didn't raise the minimum wage, start going after these billion-dollar corporations that are got shit through the fucking roof. You know, and that's just God, trickle down, like, fuck me.
Yeah, trickle down economics is a myth.
Yeah, right.
Back from the Reagan era.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Reaganomics, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right. But we got anything else? Fuck's still holding 4 people. Holy shit.
You know what? We've had almost all the regular players in here tonight, except for Jen. I haven't seen Jen this show or the last show. I hope she's doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen Frank, but Frank was streaming earlier. I don't know if he still is.
Yeah, Frank was streaming when we were on. So, Brody, did you hear that Samoa Joe has now been released?
Yeah, tax the churches. Yeah, we've had that discussion before.
Yeah, we've had that discussion. Yep.
Start with Joel Osteen. Tax him first.
Yeah. Yes. You're telling fucking me. Yep. I'm just flicking around here to see if there's anything else.
Nothing in the Tabor Times editorial?
No.
No.
No. Actually, I lie. I just went on there. I really just kind of looked at it. I don't think there was. Editorial, Tabor Times. Like, it's the first thing that pops up. All right.
Yeah, it's getting famous.
Yeah, the rumor going around is that, yeah, basically they think Ciampa will be next. Because he's the one of the last ones, the Triple H era. No, nothing good. So, have you got anything else?
I did find, and this was a few months ago, there's a Karen video of this old woman in a wheelchair, but this is 3 minutes long, and this is quite bad. I don't know if I'll play it because she's this crazy racist white lady in Manitoba, and she's racing around in a wheelchair and talking trash on everyone.
Do you still have the German dude?
The German dude.
Fuck. The German guy. Remember there was that German guy?
Oh yeah, I don't have that.
Oh shit, okay, let's watch the Karen video. I love Karen videos, so
Ooh, getting ready for bed, hey? Well, we don't do that kind of podcast, but if you want something in private, no, I'm kidding.
Put your arms around me, baby.
You better pull out that dildo and put it on top of your microphone because we're going to have that kind of show.
We're going there. Anyways.
All right. Well, I'll start playing it and then you tell me when you've had enough.
You fucking ugly packy, fuck, get out of my town.
Holy shit.
I am your wife, you motherfucker. You get the fuck out of my town.
Fucking racist bitch.
Yes, I am.
Who the fuck you talking to? You fucking racist bitch. Fuck you. Fucking racist.
Nothing to me. You're fucking stinky fuck.
Look who's talking. Look at your feet. You crusty woman.
Look at my feet. Yeah, you know what?
And when I said almost all the players, I forgot to include Really Mysterious, who is here. Yeah. Happy New Year. Really. Hope you're doing all right. Pete Townsend is suing you for copyright infringement. I didn't do no air guitar. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, Peter Townsend? Anyways, this is unreal.
It is. I'm surprised you didn't know about this.
Nope.
I don't know. She doesn't say anything to my recollection that's like really, really out there. She doesn't, use
calling someone a stinky fuck just because they're a different colored skin than you is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't think she uses any N-word is what I'm saying.
Oh,
I don't think she goes to that level, but it's pretty bad.
What? I'm a witch. We're supposed to be drowned, you dumb fuck. You know nothing about witches. You want to fuck with me? You'll see what happens.
And then she takes off.
We're waiting. Come back.
No, leave it.
Don't say that.
That's it.
It's okay.
Don't answer.
There's like a kid there, like,
She's saying that.
Yeah, there are many more kids there
and
as
she's
well.
coming back.
Yeah.
My parts, the spices, disgusting. And the fucking
Disgusting.
disgusting. Yep, that's fucking right. I am the Canadian here. I'll fucking speak my languages, but fuck you and yours. It's
actually quite entertaining.
No, not goodbye. You goodbye. I don't have to goodbye. Just, you didn't pay for shit yet. You don't even live here. So fuck you.
Jesus, hey, have you seen people like this in real life before?
No. I don't think I've ever I've seen drunk people. She did say Packy, yes.
Yeah.
I've seen drunk people, not like this though, but acting dumb. But I've never seen this. Like, no.
Yeah, this is a kind of train wreck. It's kind of like those ones you slow down and watch, but mouth agape. And how can anyone act like this in reality? Yeah, these people exist, especially in the United States. You start speaking Spanish around some of them, and they're like, "This is America. You got to speak American." They're usually old people, though. You have seen people in Toronto, oof, and Toronto's pretty multicultural. I've never been there, but I hear, so don't believe what you hear. It's pretty multicultural over there, and here in Vancouver as well.
You're so lucky you have my child, and you're older. Otherwise, you're
Oh yeah? You scare me? You fucking scare me? You fucking scare me?
kids all
I don't care. They
We're in
don't
a park.
understand English. You fucking scare me.
Go home.
You know what scares me?
Hey, not in front of my daughter, man. Chill out. Don't swear in front of my
I
daughter.
have my daughter in my
You know what? Don't fucking talk your language in front of me then, and I won't.
She's
I don't even know that
So
word.
pause. Whoa. So from what I'm gathering here, then they were talking, and we haven't established or their native tongue, whichever it may be. And that's what she's angry about, is because they were talking to each other in their.
I think
That's
so.
what I'm and this is, again, guys, I'm just gathering from what we're seeing. Seeing what she just said. She did say, you guys are talking to each other, however you talk. Like, who cares?
In your language, yeah.
I remember the old Sikh gentleman sitting in the middle of the big seat in the mall. And they'd always just sit and stare at you. And one day, Cody Ross did a dance for him. It was hilarious. And they just smiled, just, yeah. But I think that's what this is about, is that they were talking to each other. And this woman, for some reason, decided that she needed to stop and interject herself. So please continue.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I would have followed up on this, because good Lord, she probably was, or public disturbance,
And-
perhaps.
Now, you want to know what? I don't, especially because this one we don't know. Well, I'm watching her move her legs and stuff. She seems okay. I would almost condone someone punching her right in the mouth.
Speaking of that, look at Jolene's comment, same thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm watching her move her legs. Like, I'm not saying that, but this woman needs to be punched in the mouth.
She's beneath the people she's ridiculing.
Yeah, because this is the problem. This is when people see us and think that, these are a bunch of saltine cracker motherfuckers. Well, no, we're not her. Like,
That's for damn
far
sure.
fucking from it.
Yeah.
Far fucking
from it. Oh, yeah.
So, okay, continue.
Otherwise, fuck you. You get out of here. You get out. I don't have to.
Why are you freaking out? You're in a public place right now. You know how embarrassing you are?
Exactly.
There's kids all around us right now.
Yeah, most of them don't know English.
This is Canada.
Oh, look at you! Look at you! What a fucking joke! Are you fucking serious? Or seriously fuck?
Oh, she's talking, I'm pretty sure that was a native that she was just saying that to.
I'm not sure that.
I couldn't really.
back to
I
us.
mean, I kind of looked like just with the I thought it was a native, but it was a dark skinned gentleman. Like, wow.
Okay, all right.
Okay, go ahead.
Where are her shoes?
Well, I was thinking the same thing. Like, I think you don't even have like flippy floppies, or because he commented about her feet because they were all dirty.
And she should have a seat belt as well. And
Okay, go ahead.
side view mirrors. All right. PPC vote. Ah, nice. Getting in that jab. Attaboy.
It doesn't matter what color you are, what race you are. Do you know how many colored people are around you right now?
Just go home.
Wow. Look all around you.
Why?
There's
What
so
are you
many
gonna
colored
do if
people
I
in
don't
here.
go home?
This is why
I don't have to go home. I am home, you dumb fuck.
That's not nice.
Everybody knows you.
Get off of me, you fucking. Get off of me.
Then
Get
go home.
off of me. You're not supposed to touch me.
He should have punched her right in the mouth.
Don't make
I
it
know
risk.
every one of them.
I
You
do
have
too.
this fucking arm
I
on
am
me.
a
Go
police
home,
officer.
ma'am.
You are not.
Why are you
Oh,
causing
what
a
an
scene?
example you are.
Go home. This is a total embarrassment. You're causing a scene in front of all these young
Married with
children.
Children reference.
For nothing.
You do it to yourself. You do it to yourself.
Yep.
Wow. That was astounding. Wow.
A purple bumper sticker.
Drugs are bad, okay? No, but here's the thing. No, well, Joel, I'll just hold on, Jolene. Maybe if she was smoking a joint, she'd be a little fucking more chilled. Don't blame drugs on that. Now, if she were like naked, rolling around on the ground, like punching herself in the tits, you know, like we see a lot of people do when they're freaking out on crack, I would be like, okay, maybe say no to drugs, kids. Or like, you know, she's like, you know, I don't know, not being a racist twat. But yeah, maybe she should smoke a joint.
Yeah, and calm down. She should smoke a joint with the people she's criticizing.
Oh, I've seen the videos for PA. Don't worry, Jolene. I have seen them. I have seen them.
Marijuana is not. Oh, no. This is the end of the show. You can't start that discussion now. Where's Gordon? You and Gordon should have that talk.
I don't think marijuana is a drug.
What? What are you talking about? It is a mind-altering drug. It alters your consciousness, bro. It opens your mind,
way, though.
man.
In a good way.
A Mad Max, yeah, with her going around in circles and coming back. Yeah, she should. It's a gateway drug. McGird. The kids. We got to protect the children.
Yeah, we cannot start this conversation now, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, we should end it now. I think we've gone on.
Sweet baby Jesus.
We've gone on. Baby Jesus, you should smoke a joint with baby Jesus, man. Everything would be cool, man. He can handle it, bro. Start a folk song. Smoke a joint with baby Jesus.
Trying to learn to play a guitar. So
okay, boomer. You're the boomer, even though you're younger than us.
You're like the youngest old guy I know, Brody. Shut the fuck up.
Hey. I don't know any Cheech lines, so I couldn't do a Cheech impression at this point.
Hey, man, have you got that prune juice for me?
Did you roll a joint from your dog shit, man?
Now watch, we're gonna get some stupid copyright because I played fucking like some fucking open chords on a guitar. Like this song is this song, and you've now violated this.
We were talking earlier about copyright strikes, and I want to frame it. I want to put it up that when the YouTube replied and said, "Oh, we've reviewed our stance on your video and decided that you did not do anything wrong." Well, duh. Brockett, no, I remember Brockett 99.
I think I've told this story once before, but I was so excited when I drove through Brockett. I didn't realize it was a real place.
Yeah.
You don't know shit about shit. Now pull up your pants. Nah, it's maple nut crunch. I'm gonna pour maple syrup in my coffee. Oh, man, it's maple nut crunch.
Classic.
Maple nut fucking crunch.
Yes, Casey was here earlier.
Casey was here earlier. We were talking about it early.
What I want to know, and maybe you were there, Casey, because I haven't watched in a while. What episode was that? I just want to hear the parts where Drew goes off, and I imagine Drew just went the fuck off on Casey for that. Classic Dennis Leary. Yeah. Well, classic Dennis Leary would be No Cure for Cancer. That was a little bit better than the second album.
Yeah, it was even better when Bill Hicks did it.
Ooh.
Swish.
I was a huge Bill Hicks fan for a while. Like mid-2000s, I bought and listened to everything I could find on Bill Hicks.
He was awesome.
He was. He blew my mind.
Yeah, he was great.
Yes.
I think it's a great note to leave the show on.
I was going to say, we are going to end on Bill Hicks. We're going to leave you all with the good word of Mr. Hicks. Last Sunday. Okay, I will look at that.
I will not. We love you all. Thank you, everybody that was here tonight.
Yes, thank you so much.
Lots of conversation. I love when there's lots of dialogue. It helps. Like, look at that. We rolled the show an hour and 45 minutes.
Continuous.
Yeah, there was no real, except for where I had my mini stroke there when I was talking about UFC. Yeah, it went good. That should be another rule. When Nick has a mini stroke.
Kinnison was great too. Hicks, I know they met once. Kinnison's a little bit different. Thank you, Jolene. You too. Have a great night.
Thank you, Jolene. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, really. Ryan, Bruce, Casey, B Butt Blaster Brody. Fuck everybody. Thank you guys. It was a really good conversation. And yeah, like I said, thanks guys. Appreciate it.
I think Brody's
and Gord. Yeah.
Yes, and Gord too. And my dad.
I said Bruce. I said Dad.
Oh, you did.
Oh,
I think Brody's having a stroke right now. Have a great night. He is gents.
You're the Ferderetta.
You're the bird.
Remember the episode when Homer made that costume for Lisa, Florida? It was horrible because Marge was gambling. And like, it's like for the kids who clearly didn't have their parents' help. It's like Ralph Wiggum with a little sign on it. I think it said like Wyoming. And then like Lisa's got a mattress strapped to her because Marge wasn't there to help. So Homer did it. So he runs into the casino and he turns Marge around the chair. He's like, "You're the Ferderetta." And Marge is like, "Slow down when you speak." He's like, "You're the Ferderetta." Spent 6 hours in the hospital. Why? So I'll do the joke. You finally got your sex changed, didn't you?
Oh,
okay, that's always the joke. I hope you're okay, and hope you're. It's not the kids or anything. Are you like? Yeah, you're up north, aren't you? Did you finally get a vasectomy? And your hog is so big it took them that long to cut it or find it. Wait, go the other way. Your dick's so small it took forever to find your beanbag. Ha!
You're welcome, Joe. Love you too.
You're welcome, Joe. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Okay, bye, Brody.
I know it's going to go on and on and on. So I guess there's only one thing left to say to you, lovely, lovely people, and wait for it.
Get the fuck out of here!